And moving along from TLB, again, if you're in TLB, I see no reason to close out that position. I think I would let that run, and my stop at this point would be up here above this rectangular consolidation. I guess that's maybe around the 2750 level or so. And let's go ahead and move on to some other ones in this sector. URBN was on the blog the 29th of September, and it was up 6% today. So it's it's interesting that a lot of the stocks that we had seen that were acting well, originally I was just picking them. That's the dog shaking his ears. Originally I was just picking them because I thought the charts looked good, and then I started really using that laggard strategy and digging into different sectors. So we have a lot of stocks actually in retail apparel that have done very well. There's URBN. It broke out of this nice little bottom, had a little pullback here, which was just an ideal entry over here on that doji. The volume down here is a little bit scary, but all things considered, we take a look at money stream and balance of power, everything held up well. So I think that position was safe to be in, and it's always easy to say that in retrospect, but looking at the indicators, I think that volume was just shares changing hands, washing out, a little pullback in there. So let's take a look at some other ones, and next up is CRI. This again was on the blog on the 29th, which actually was Friday. I guess the 26th was Wednesday. So on Friday we had this on the blog again, same theme, that pullback off of a lot of strength, and this one was just really beautiful how it pulled back on light volume. And again, the same thing. Money stream looks pretty productive. TSV looked pretty good. So CRI again is a hold if you're in this one, and again I think my stop goes above that rectangular consolidation pattern, the pullback. I'd probably say 2780, somewhere in there for me, but you have to make up your own mind. And that's been up about 9% the last 2 days, so nice on that. So let's have an idea that's new, that maybe is lagging behind the sector, hasn't quite broken out yet. Here's ASHW, Ashworth Incorporated, and this looks like it has bottomed. This big volume in here is most likely, in my opinion, capitulation, and then we saw some nice buying in here. So if we take a look at money stream and BOP and all that, like I said, capitulation, and we saw this big distribution pattern. TSV down here is below that zero line in this area, and money stream bottomed out. So it might be a little bit early, but considering the strength in the sector and this recent accumulation in BOP, and look at this nice uptick in TSV, all those indicators to me look very nice. And judging by the strength of the sector, I think this is a good laggard play. And there's a little closer look at it. Remember all the BOP buying we saw in the last couple of days, and we haven't seen significant price appreciation. So that looks to me like quiet accumulation, and that's what balance of power is good at, digging out underlying accumulation, hidden accumulation, more or less. So we're going to move on to another sector. This next symbol is SCT, and this is Scottish Group Limited. This is life insurance, and what I'm going to do is show you the sub-industry, and here it is, life insurance. And what's going on with that sub-industry? We got a nice breakout today, and it was on rising volume in here, and there's that little triangular consolidation. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Here's our nice breakout. So the pick, this SCT, is a laggard. It hasn't participated in that rally today. And if we take a look at accumulation, you can see what looks like another capitulation low over here. Lots of selling. BOP just really is tracking that selling very well. and it has shifted and transitioned into big buying. And about the same time, time segmented volume over here jumped up above that zero line and has been pretty much in gear throughout. So I think SCT is a good laggard pick, and I would probably have a stop under that 22-day moving average. It looks like it's supporting in this 1050 area. And that 22-day moving average is a little bit below. Really strong support, you know, if things got really ugly, and I wouldn't stay in the stock that long, but strong support is right in here on the bottom of that rising window gap that was created back here in the first week of September. So I think that's it for this sector. I think that's all I found in here, and we're gonna just jump along, check out the next one. And I think somebody who posts on the tag board works for this company, if I can get it up. Let me try this again. There we go. Sequoia Corporation. This is aerospace and defense, which has been really strong. Here's a look at the sector in red. You can see how it's been doing, and you can see that Sequoia B hasn't really done much. So it's kind of interesting. Today we saw this big volume in it, moved up about 1.67%. And if we just take a look at our accumulation indicators, normally when I see big volume without price appreciation, it spooks me. But looking at these indicators, money stream just straight up. Time segmented volume was down here below zero, just crossed right above that zero line, and balance of power, which has been pretty positive throughout, just was stellar today. So I think this is a decent play. There's lots of gaps in here, and I think probably you're going to find support right in here around that $90 level on this gap, and I think it's worth a shot. And our friend on the tag board might be a little bit more insightful. I'm not saying that you should solicit or elicit insider trading information or anything like that, but you know, he might have you know, some opinions on it. Moving along, next up is BJRI, and here we are. Now restaurants, like I said earlier, have been strong. Here's a comparison of restaurants in red, the sector, and the stock, of course, in green. And this blue line is a volume-weighted average price. So it's interesting to see the transition when the stock crossed above that. This is basically the average price that you know, people have paid in this stock over the last. I believe this one is calculated for 30 bars. So you know, when it moves above that, and it's on big volume right there, it's could be considered. You could work out a system with that as a buy signal. So BJRI, BJ's Restaurants, has really nice volume, I think, in here in August and in September, and recently over here, these big green days, and it's consolidating a little bit in here. And let's take a look at the indicators. We could see nice accumulation here in the base, and in this consolidation. Time segmented volume has been very positive. Balance of power above its moving average here, which is a 20-day moving average, or 20 bar. So BJRI is one to put on the list. And I hate to say this, but my dog just passed gas. I'm about ready to choke in here. It's unreal. So I'm going to end this video on that note, and and I'm going to come back with another.